day to you, and welcome to Adssure's Meet the Expert. Today we're meeting Shirley Baillie, who's well known to most of Adssure's clients. But for those of you who don't know Shirley, this short introduction should at least give you something to think about. Good afternoon, Shirley. Great to have you on our show, for want of a better word. Great to have you here today.
Hi, thanks for asking me to join you. I'm really flattered I've been called an expert. I'm never going to be an expert in sectional title. There's just so much to learn all the time.
No, absolutely. So the reason I'm introducing you to Shirley is we at Addsure work with experts around the country, and I can assure you Shirley is definitely one that we work with on a weekly basis, if not sometimes a daily basis. Shirley, you've been absolutely great with our clients, and mainly your two products, which I'm going to ask you to speak about, but your fabulous book, Keyword Access, which most of my clients are familiar with. Everybody should have one on their desk. I'll let you explain that. And then, of course, your education. I know you like to be called a sectional title educator. That's the way you've put it, and I think that is so apt. Your courses and the clients of ours that enjoy learning from you by attending your little workshops, and I won't call them little, that would be wrong, your great workshops. Yeah, I'll let you tell us more about it. Tell us about yourself first, Shirley. Give us a bit of your background.
Well, there's a lot to tell because I've been in this industry a long time, since 1983 when I bought my first sectional title unit. And that's when I decided I needed to know more, because here I'm putting my whole life savings into one place and I don't know how it runs and what the rules are, and nobody told you anything. And I was told to be very careful about walking past the chairman's flat because he would jump out and grab you. I mean, that's how bad it was. So as the years went past and I started to study, because this is what I invested in, was sectional title property. And then the next big aha moment was in 2001, when I actually did a course with Bob Gould, his last course before he died. And those of us that are older in this industry remember him as a fantastic trainer. He said to us we could have an open book exam. Well, I realized that I had 75 pages to look through if I wanted to find anything, and I wasn't going to find it in 3 hours. And that's when I brought up the idea in my mind of actually having an index. And it just grew and grew from that. And then in 2008 or 9, I actually went public and I published it. I self-published it. And that's where we are at the moment. A very useful tool for everybody that needs it. I use it every day still.
No, absolutely.
So that was my first foray into sectional title.
No, great. Shirley, I'm going to ask you a little bit more about the book quickly. And I know we're trying to keep this short. We could be chatting for half an hour and giving examples. Just for everybody's sake, I have the booklet on my desk all the time next to me, and I make reference to it on a daily basis. Doesn't matter how well you know the act, it's always good to be able to quickly look it up with your left hand, and Shirley can explain that. Yes, Shirley, do you want to explain how the keyword access actually works in a nutshell?
Yes, I chose all the what we call keywords, target words that you would come across when you're dealing with sectional title. Obviously, with the first act, it was just one act. Now we've got 3 acts, and regrettably, some things are found in 2 of the acts. So you have to go from one to another. So you look in different places. So I have indexed each of the acts separately, but consolidated into one index. So in particular case, the one on the screen, you will see that one item has got a page number and a clause number under the middle act, which is the ST-SMA, and then again in the ST, which is the sectional title act, the old one that has been reduced to a smaller size now. So it's just because of the different keywords, when you're looking like insurance, there are so many aspects to insurance. And if you actually don't know a lot about insurance in sectional title, the fact that you've got a main heading and all these keywords or topics underneath, you can actually run through it and get a whole broad spectrum of what you're needing to know or you didn't know you knew. So that's my basis. It was a very tedious, laborious process to do. But you know what? I've got a lot of tenacity, and that's what I'm here for, to save you time.
No, absolutely. I know when we in the physical presentations, we demonstrate how quickly you can look it up. Um, and it's really great for an AGM or a chairperson who goes to an AGM to have this book right next to him or her. And then a question comes from the floor, you can quickly nip in, look it up, and give the person the relevant reference. But let's not harp on it. It's a great book. Shirley, tell us more about your courses.
Well, I do basic sectional title training. I think that everybody needs a basis from which to start. There's a lot of sectional title training out there, but on topics. Now, if you don't know the basics of sectional title, the terminology, how things fit together, then you're actually not going to be able to add on with this targeted seminars that we're getting, which are great, and they're free. I can't do it for free because I still need to earn a living. I don't get CSOS levies, but CSOS training is great. It's a great add-on. So what I do is that I have an average seven hour time period over 4 or 5 sessions, and then we start at the basics and we go right through to covering on a very general level. Can't be individually given every depth that you can find. But by the end of it, you're actually going to be familiar with the basics. And that is your foundation on which you can add to going forward. It's 3,500 for a group of maximum 5 people. It's ideal for trustees. You don't have to pay per person. It's ideal for portfolio managers, your junior ones. It's ideal for the insurance industry where you want to do sectional title insurance, but you need some more understanding of sectional title. For accounting people who are doing auditing, all those types of people that need to know more about sectional title. Then I've got specific ones. I've got a 2-hour training course for trustees, and my course offers the advantage of being interactive because I have small groups again. It's 1,500 Rand for 2 hours. You get individual attention. If you want from one body corporate, you can bring your problems to that particular training session. And then I've got one on using CSOS overall. But whatever you need, I do for managing agents too. They need a lot more emphasis on the managing part of it, whereas trustees need to know much more about trustees and what their duties are. But all in all, it's a basic course, and I use it for everybody. And I really love that. I don't want to go into more senior work because I'm not a lawyer by training, but I've had 38 years experience working in all forms and shapes on sectional title. And I can bring my practical examples to the classroom.
Shirley, absolutely. So I think to sum up, we're going to speak about your book and your courses as being the introduction for today. I know you could do a whole lot more, but for today's purposes, let's just keep it to the booklet, or not booklet, to the book, and of course, the courses. And I might just say that any company that, whether you're a managing agent, anything to do with sectional title, if your business needs your staff to know more about sectional title, also a good one. Shirley has done one-on-one training for Adssure's new staff, for example, and I can highly recommend myself. So reference from Addsure itself. Shirley, thank you very much. Really great having you for the short introduction. If anybody would like to chat to Shirley further, please contact her directly. You can have a Zoom yourself like you are today, or I'm quite sure Shirley would be happy to do an introductory Zoom to your trustees if you want to discuss courses and courseware. The screen that's open provides Shirley's website and her email address. If she prefers to be contacted by email, then she can keep a record of it. Okay, so thank you very much, everybody. See you again next time.